Okay guys, something I want to talk to you about today is Reelkatnappers rods. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of testing, see what you guys think. That way you can put your own thoughts into what I'm showing you. So maybe this will help you. First I'm going to show you an oversight of the rods. These two rods, which is a Ransom Rod and an Assassin Rod, which is two of my favorites by Reelkatnappers. They do have a few more, they do have a few more, but these two so happen to be my two favorites. So I'm gonna take you through the rundown, show you how the actions are, and tell you a little bit about these two rods. Okay, first off is the Ransom Rod. What you have here is a medium action rod. This is more of a slow action rod through the blank. And the length is 7.6 and the line weight is 20/40. And they have this rated as casting ounces as 1 to 5, which it casts more, but it's a safe rating to go by. So this is your Ransom Rod. Aluminum reel seats, nice grip. They're a little bit bigger, thicker. They feel good under the hand. On mine, I run Abu Garcias with power handles, but that's just a matter of preference. Stainless steel guides. Got 9 guides on it, or 8 including the tip guide. So there's your Ransom Rod. Great rod. Here's the next rod, which happens to be the Assassin Rod by Reelkatnappers. Now, I'm gonna read it off to you. This is a 7.6. Line weight is 1050. Lure weight is 1 to 5. Now this right here is what you're gonna call a fast action rod. Got a nice soft tip on it, but we'll get to that in a minute. So here's the rod layout. Nice black handle, feels good in the hand. Black reel seat. Eight guides, including the end guide. Okay, as you can see behind me here, I got these two rods and a rod holder, and each bag has 3 water bottles in it, which is probably around 3 pounds or so. But what it's going to show you is the different actions of the two different rods. We got a little bit more backbone with the Assassin Rod. We got a little bit more backbone here versus the Ransom Rod is a slower action rod. Okay guys, let's do a super load test. 6 water bottles from the ground, picking it up. Watch that rod bend. This is more to show you the action of a rod with 6 water bottles. Now if you're using circle hooks, both these rods is going to hook up and load up really good under a circle hook. The Ransom Rod is going to load up really good under a circle hook. The one thing that I like about the Assassin Rod, if you're a guy like me, I like to use kettle hooks a lot. One of the great things about the Assassin Rod is when you go to set a hook, it has that backbone to really let the rod tip kind of bend, but then once you go to set the hook and it hits that backbone, it really drives that hook in. That's the beauty of that Assassin Rod. And I'm more stressing on this Assassin Rod because Reelkatnappers has had the rods out for a while, the Ransom Rod. The Assassin Rod isn't even on the market yet. So the reason I'm making this video is to bring you what you're seeing in this Assassin Rod. And that's what this video is about, more about this Assassin Rod. I want people to see what this rod is capable of and why I like it, and maybe you might like it. Now what I'm getting ready to demonstrate to you is if you had, say on the back of my boat here, my rod holders, you're fishing on the river, you're waiting for that takedown, I'm going to demonstrate a takedown on both rods for you. So follow along, here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I tighten the drags up on these rods. I'm going to bring the line in a little closer and I'm going to hit these rods hard. So here's a cast with each rod at a good distance cast with 6 ounces. First I'm going to do the Assassin Rod. Next, let's look and see how these rods look when you set a hook, which is one of my favorite things to do. And we all want to see that. They say there ain't no such thing as a perfect rod for channels, blues, flatheads altogether. But if there was ever any rod that came close, in my opinion, to being an all-purpose catfish rod, it would be this Assassin Rod. Due to the fact of the action, the load, it's sensitive to smaller channel cats, big channel cats, that big flathead, that big blue. In my opinion, this is an all-purpose rod. It's about as close as you're going to get, like I said, just in my opinion. So, the Assassin Rod by Reelkatnappers. Okay guys, keep up with Reelkatnappers. If you're looking forward to the Assassin Rod coming out, keep your eye on his webpage, keep an eye on his Facebook page. If you haven't been there, go look for him. When that Assassin comes out, I've been testing them, been running them. A couple of us, there's a few of us that's been running and testing them. And I've put it to the test in the garage and on the water. And make sure you stay tuned for these rods coming out from Real Catnappers.